Vistool is a GUI, a graphic user interface. This is a virtual mixer which controls the mixing process of a power core located in a tech hub. Vistool is a remote control. If you lose your PC or VM, the process don't stop. You will be able to control your mix using another PC or the Ruby, which is your physical mixer. To start your Vistool, you just need to double-click on the shortcut. When Vistool opens, this is the starting page called the dock. It opens on the right side of your screen, allowing you to open a web browser or another app in the free space. This part will always be present in all the modules of the mixer. On the top, you have a meter section. On the left, this is your program mix with its associated loudness meter and phase graph. In the center, a big clock, and just below, loudness function with a start-stop button, a restart button, a reset button, and a timer. On the right, there is two CleanCom output program with their loudness meter. On the power core, each time you launch the loudness measurement, it starts for all programs and channels, but the measurement is individual. The central port is quite like the central module of your Ruby. Each time you click on a button, it is selected on your Ruby. These 4 buttons give you access to different modules of your Vistool. To go back to the dock, click on this one. These 2 tiny black buttons are minimize and close. When you minimize the Vistool, this part is blocked, meaning you cannot open anything on this part of your screen. Go to the hidden icon menu and click on the Lavo logo to put it back. This part is the monitoring section. 16 buttons to listen to your program mix, CleanCom mix, auxiliaries output, or CleanFit sources and queue. The layer 1 and layer 2 buttons are global layer switch buttons. They switch between the 2 layers of your mixer. The aux to fader button is a virtual button. It replaces these 8 buttons, but only on your Vistool. On the Ruby, these buttons are already accessible at the top of the module. The central fader controls the level of your monitor. Just below, you can mute or dim your control room, listen to it in mono if you want to control the phase, and there is also a PFL clear button. When one or several sources are in PFL mode, this button blinks and you just need to click on it to kill all PFL selected. The 3 view meters are meters for the selection, the level of the control room, and the PFL. Just below, the 16-liter squares turn red when a voiceover channel is on air. On the left side of these meters, you have 4 mapping buttons. They change the channel chosen on the 4-phase fader of your mixer. On the right side, you have an aux level button which launches a pop-up window on your Vistool from where you can control the level of a source into the auxiliary output. The main backup core button is a switch button. Your Vistool will control the main core, but if you lose it, you will be able to control the backup core without opening another Vistool session. Your CleanFeed main and backup button switches your CleanFeed sources directly on strip 5, 6, and 7. And the last button, the on air button. This is a GPI you need to activate to send your mix on air. The bottom part of the dock shows you on which channel you are mixing. There is also 2 alarm buttons. When the red blinks, it means there is something wrong in the hardware part of the core. Click on the red button to go to the alarm page. To finish, this 2 labels button allows you to give a personal name to your source and to switch it on and off. Mixer 1 is a main mixer with 9 faders. The first 8 are a clone of your Ruby. Mixer 2 is a virtual mixer, meaning it's only present on Vistool, not on the Ruby. On the top, you have a meter section with your 16 voiceover channels, your CleanFeed main and backup, your auxiliary outputs, and the queue. If you click on it, you switch your screen to a big meter window. To return to the mixer page, just click on it or on the Mixer 1 button in the dock. On the top central part, 3 menus with matrix, DSP process, and snapshot. Now the mixer. 8 strips and a clean-com channel, the error assign button, the output section, the select button for the DSP process, the fader with the meter inside, the level of the fader, a digital gain, a layer switch, the mute and PFL buttons. This blank section is the user label section. First, we'll go to the matrix. If you click on it, you open a pop-up window. As you have more sources than voiceover channels, you need to select which source you want to use. Just click on the source, the selected source blinks in yellow and shows your destination channel. A green button means the channel is free, a red that the source is already assigned to this channel. You can select the same source as often as you want. You can close the pop-up if you click on the cross or on input in the menu. A process is active on channel, not a source. But no worries, you will be able to save presets of a channel. Let's go back to the strip channel. Once you've selected the input of your voiceover channel, you can, if you want, move it on the mixer. A click on the assign arrow opens the source box. A white box means the channel is free to assign. A blue one means that the channel is already routed to a strip. If you replace a channel, you remove the previous one, and if a channel is not on the mixer, you won't have it on air. Let's talk about the output section of the strip. The voiceover channels are sent to a clean-com channel. This clean-com is sent to a program output. Clean-fit sources are directly sent to the program output. The clean-A channel is the master fader of your voiceover channels. The clean-B is another output dedicated to a digital mix if needed. Voiceover channels and international sound can be sent to an auto mix process. This is not an output, but just a process. If you have commentators in different locations, you will need to make a mix minus. For this, you have auxiliary buses. All are pre-fader or post-fader. The color code is red for pre and yellow for post. This is why your clean-com and program out are yellow. They are all post-fader. When you have chosen your auxiliary, you need to choose where you will send it. We go back to the matrix menu and choose the output. Now you can select an auxiliary and send it in a booth or a codec. You can adjust the level of the channel in the aux. Click on the aux to fader button and choose an auxiliary. It blinks in yellow, meaning the 8 faders control the level of the channel into the aux bus. If you click again on the aux to fader button, it continues to blink, so you need to unselect the aux before, or faders continue to control the level of the channel into the aux and not your mix. This method allows you to adjust the level of different channels in a single auxiliary. If you select aux level, you can adjust the level of the channel sent into the 6 auxiliary buses. Just click again on the button to close it. The select button sends the channel into the DSP process. A box with all the DSP parameters opens. From here, you can adjust the settings of the process or click on one of the 3 main parameters to open them in a pop-up window. To close the pop-up, just click on the cross. To close the DSP box, just unselect your channel. To open the process pop-up, click on one of the parameters you want to control. Now, select the channel and adjust the parameters. You can do it directly on the screen. If you click, maintain the left button of your mouse and move it up and down or to the left and to the right. A right click on the circle allows you to change another parameter. Same method with the rotary encoder, or just uses the wheel of your mouse. You can decrease or increase the value if you click on its left or right side. You can select another parameter in the DSP process menu or simply close it. You can save all the settings in the snapshots menu, but we'll talk about that in the DSP module. On the strip channel, you can adjust the digital gain. Same method with your mouse, left click and up and down, or use the wheel of the mouse. The layer button switches the channel between the layer 1 and the layer 2. Your channel is always on, but you can mute it if you click on the M button. Click on the PFL to listen to your source in solo. The Edit and User Labels button. Click on Edit Labels to open this window. Now you can choose a username for each channel. Depending on the mixer you will use, you need to choose the good one. Each power core has 3 mixers, 1 mixer by country. The name source starts with a 1 if you use the mixer 1 and so on. Click OK when you're done and click on User Label to see it on the mixer. As there is a lot of channels, you have a second mixer page for the virtual mixer. Click on Mixer 2 on the dock to access it. Only the 4 first faders are different. The CleanCom channel is also different, named CleanB. There is no layer 2 on these channels. All other functions are identical. Previously, we talked about the layer map button. You have 4 layers which switch the 4 first channels of the mixer 1, layer 1 and 2, and the 4 first channels of the mixer 2. We will call it layer 3. Map 1 is the main map with strip 1 to 4 on layer 1 and 2, and strip 1 to 4 on layer 3. Map 2 switches between layer 1 and layer 2. Map 3 switches between layer 1 and layer 3. Map 4 has layer 3 instead of layer 1, layer 1 instead of layer 2, and layer 2 instead of layer 3. If you use your Ruby and only one meter is in front of you, click on the meter section.